Ooh, keep an eye on it. Okay, so I'm always going to wait for Russ to go and get this color centered up over my piece. I'm going to go all the way up. And I just want to go and bring that color back over. It's kind of a big amount of color for this size piece. So I'm just going to go and take this. I'm just going to go and pull that back up onto my moil. And what that does is it goes and locks that overlay down onto my moil, so when I start heating this up and letting it run, it's not going to go and slip off and end up halfway up my piece, so I don't end up with like a weird kind of color line. Sometimes people will go and do it, like intentionally do it, so like a piece is half colored, they'll go and roll it up halfway, so it's kind of a flexible thing. You don't always have to roll that all the way over. I just want to even out that back line so it's nice and flat so that I don't end up with any bubbles or anything on it. And then I'm ready to go. I'll gather, and then I'm going to puff it up a little bit, and then I'll gather over it. And what I'm trying to do is I just want to make my sidewalls a little bit thinner, but I want to make sure that there's not so that I don't end up with such an amount of thickness that I can't get heat back into it. So I'll give it a little bit of heat. And then you guys can either use your jacks to go and shape it back up again, or you can use block. So I'm avoiding that kind of Q-tip shape. My tip will always have some kind of little tiny point at the bottom so that the tail has a definite center point to go and trail off of. And I'll go and get a little more glass. The furnace is a little bit high, so I've kind of got this funky gather on here. But when I go to block it, if I go and look through the glass at my gather and I look at either my bubble or that overlay, if I just go and turn slowly and I keep the bubble on center, all of that really, really super hot glass that's on the outside will go and start to go and even itself out. The dust is really kind of barely on there, so when you guys go and reheat, you can put down really gently on here and then push the whole thing in. But what we're trying to do is, any of that dust that's on there, we want to get some heat on it.
I'm just gonna stay in one spot.
Go forward a little bit.
What's up?
The copper ruby is really, really reactive with the gold brown. When you guys go and dust it like this will give you a really, really, really even coating of color on it. And then I'm just going to go and put on a little random trail of clear, and wherever this clear goes, my piece won't reduce, and I'll end up with lines that are going to be unreduced. Okay, so the texture effect I'm going to go and do, I'm going to go and take this gather, I'm going to go and quench it in a bucket of water. Okay, and then when I do it, I'm going to go and cap my blowpipe. I'm going to go into the water. And when you go in, you have to go all the way in, and you want to go and get the back of your moil in there too. And then I'm going to blow it up a little bit. So I'm rapidly cooling the outside, and it cools so fast that it gets, it gets hard.
Why do you blow it up afterwards?
When I'm blowing it, it goes and opens up the cracks, so they don't go and seal back together again.
So it's important to blow after you crackle.
Yeah. So I'm going to always blow after I crackle. The other thing that I'm doing is, every time I go and crackle it, you guys take a look at it. All of these little cracks, I'm making a whole series of smaller ones on top of that. So the more times I quench it, the smaller the smaller and finer my texture gets. So, you know, this shape, I've just been quenching it in water, so it's... The distribution, here's that point I was talking about, is a little funky. You know what I mean? Because I've been dunking this thing in a bucket of water. So, you know, it's not exactly gonna go and blow out totally symmetrical. So again, to lengthen my shape out, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna stretch it by using a force other than gravity so that I don't go and lose that texture. Blow a little, Russ. And what that'll do is it's going to go and put the color on the outside of the piece. It's been in the water. It's a little funky. I know I can't make it perfect because it doesn't have perfect distribution. But I can get it close. So the last thing I'm going to do with my piece is I'm going to go and reduce it. So Russ is going to go and there's a shutter at the bottom of the Venturi. And Russ is going to go and close it down. You'll hear it get kind of really quiet, and then you'll see like these whiffs. You guys can't really see that flame coming, but I can see it. But the whole piece will start to turn this metallic golden color. I think I'm almost there. I'll go and give it another flip. I'll go and put some more water on it. And we can go and tap it off.